Not long until we see Ferrari's new F1 car for the 2024 season. Right now, Ferrari is diligently assembling Project 676, a process that requires the utmost precision and care. Under the current set of regulations, the car's floor stands as the most pivotal element in producing downforce, given its ability to generate the greatest vertical lift. During the previous season, Ferrari's SF23 faced multiple mechanical issues, especially at the front, and had certain limitations in terms of aerodynamics. This setup misstep was merely the most visible defect. There were other design shortcomings that put the Maranello single-seater at a significant technical disadvantage when compared to Red Bull. The team from Milton Keynes built their success on carefully managing the fluid that flows from the nose to the rear diffuser. Ferrari did make an attempt to catch up by updating the side pods from the Spanish Grand Prix onwards, but unfortunately, its development had hit a ceiling, rendering it outdated. The root of this technical dead end was the placement of the lateral intrusion cone, a component that can be freely positioned within a regulatory volume. The reigning world champions opted to place it at the lower limit, integrating it into the initial portion of the floor. Ferrari, on the other hand, went with a higher placement. However, for their 2024 car, Ferrari's technicians have lowered it by roughly 30 millimeters, moving it forward to incorporate it with the floor. The result? An increase in the volume of the so-called undercut by several cubic centimeters. This clever move brings two key advantages to the table: a greater flow of clean fluid toward the rear of the car, and an enhanced outwash effect, as the undercut manages to generate greater static pressure in that area. This leads to a greater pressure difference between the flow adjacent to the car's chassis and the outermost flow. But what if a single change in design could make a significant difference? Let's explore that. Believe it or not, a lot rides on the placement of the lateral intrusion cone. This component, unassuming as it may seem, can be a game changer in the world of F1 car design. The issue, often referred to as the technical blind alley, arises from the positioning of this cone. You see, within a certain regulatory volume, teams have the liberty to place it as they deem fit. Our champions at Ferrari, however, had chosen to position it higher. This choice, though not without its merits, had led to certain limitations. The SF23, the Maranello single-seater, suffered various mechanical issues and had a significant technical delay compared to Red Bull, the reigning world champion team. Red Bull had placed the cone at the lower limit, incorporating it into the initial portion of the floor. Ferrari's technicians, learning from the past, decided to make a change for the 2024 car, Project 676. They lowered the cone by about 30 millimeters, aligning it with the floor. This simple yet strategic move opened up a world of benefits. Two primary advantages of this solution stand out. First, it allows a greater flow of clean fluid toward the rear of the car. Imagine a river flowing smoothly, without any obstacles to disrupt its course. That's what we're aiming for here, a smooth, uninterrupted flow of fluid. The second advantage is a superior outwash effect. The lower cone position enhances the undercut, generating a greater static pressure in that area. This results in a pressure difference between the flow adjacent to the chassis and the outermost flow. These advantages contribute to the effective management of the so-called tire wake, a phenomenon that refers to the turbulence generated by the front tires. On the SF23, this was managed due to the greater width of the side pods. But with the new design, the quality and quantity of this phenomenon are expected to improve, thereby reducing the car's drag and increasing its efficiency. So it seems that a small change in design can indeed have a significant impact on the car's performance. Let's wrap up. Let's recap what we've learned about the influential role of the side intrusion cone in Ferrari's 2024 F1 car. In our previous discussions, we highlighted the mechanical and aerodynamic challenges that the SF23 faced during the last season. These challenges were mainly due to certain design shortcomings, including the positioning of the lateral intrusion cone, which was set higher and resulted in an outdated development. Now, for the 2024 car, the Ferrari team has made a significant change. They've lowered the intrusion cone by about 30 millimeters and moved it forward to integrate it with the floor. This modification increases the volume of the so-called undercut, allowing for better flow of fluid toward the rear of the car and superior outwash effect. These adjustments are expected to generate greater static pressure in that area, resulting in a more significant pressure difference between the flow adjacent to the chassis and the outermost flow. Another significant benefit of this design change lies in the effective management of the tire wake. The tire wake is the turbulence generated by the front tires, and its management was one of the areas where the SF23 fell short. With the new positioning of the side intrusion cone, Ferrari's 2024 car is expected to handle this turbulence more efficiently. The result? A reduction in the car's drag and an increase in its overall efficiency. The anticipated improvements in Ferrari's 2024 car performance are not limited to these changes, however. The vertical appendices at the entrance to the floor, which are permitted by the regulations, are also likely to have been redesigned. In contrast to the constant radius design of 2023, Ferrari has probably played more with the profiles of the appendices and their mutual distance, resulting in more lateral expansion and a stronger vortex under the car to stabilize the fluid. With these changes, Ferrari's 2024 F1 car is gearing up to be a real game changer. Until next time, keep your eyes on the track and stay tuned for more insights.